Hey guys, I'm back with another version of the 1.1.2 duplication glitch. So for this one, we're going to be using the same method as for my previous video, but this time we're going to up the stakes a little bit and we're going to make it way better than it was before. So I've mastered this one and optimized it so it'll actually be as fast and easy as it possibly can be for you. Now, nothing's going to be as easy as the 1.1.1 glitch, but this one will at least be about as fast as far as items per minute. But whether you have 1.1.1 or 1.1.2, my advice is turn off your Wi-Fi so you can never update again, because I'll probably patch this one too. Now, there's some prep we got to do from the last video. There's some prep we don't have to do from the last video. And there's some prep we have to do that's a little bit different than the last time. I'm going to try to get through it as fast as I can, guys, in the TLDR version here for you. So the first thing that you're going to want no matter what is a 5-shot bow, but not just any 5-shot bow. These Lionel bows suck ass. You do not want the Lionel bow. The durability sucks. You want the mighty or the Savage Lionel bow from the silver Lionels or white Lionels. The easiest way to do this is every blood moon come here and farm this place, but we're also going to dupe them. So the floating coliseum down in the depths right here, go here and kill these guys. Okay, now if that's too hard for you, too early game, I have a cheese method for you. You'll just need carts, a construct head, and some cannons. You can get the cannons from right here. You can just get there from this sky view tower. You can also get carts and construct heads from here, which you can get there from probably this sky view tower. Then you're going to just build this, pause the video, take a look at this thing. It's pretty easy to build, pretty symmetrical thing. Construct head, put as many cannons on as you want. The more cannons you can make, the faster it's going to go. Then you're going to run over to the middle of the arena in order to activate the Lionels, then run over here and you're going to hide inside of the cart, and then you'll get to do this. You'll get to frantically run back over because it repositions the cart at the start of the battle. But you get it back in this position and you head over to this, and the Lionel will run over. He'll get close enough for the cannons, and then he'll swap to his bow, but he'll only shoot up for some reason. And then you wait here, and as your battery runs out, you just hit this thing after your battery recharges. No matter how much battery you have, you can just sit here and farm him like this till he's dead. So after that, you'll have at least one Savage Lionel bow. I actually got 2 of those, and now we just need to dupe those. But first, we need to upgrade this bow with 5 shots. So we're going to take them, and we're going to drop them on the ground in front of rock octoroks. These gemstones mark rock octoroks on the map. Just go and feed it to one, and then feed it to the next, and feed it to the next, until eventually it spits it out with a 5-shot burst on it. Which, if you don't know how it works, it looks like that. They'll suck it up. Each one can process it one time, each blood moon. They'll upgrade it like that. They'll spit it out. You'll get some random buff, and it probably will not be the one that you want right out off the bat. I got attack +5. Keep doing this until you get the one that makes it so it has a 5-shot instead of the 3-shot. The upgrade will look like this and say 5-shot burst. And here's where things deviate very far from the previous one. We're going to go to Lookout Landing before we dupe. So there's a series of quests that you'll want to do right here on the map, the north side of Lookout Landing. You'll go in here, you'll talk to her, you'll do a quest where you have to go with some researcher underground. You'll drop into this hole in the ground right here. You'll go to this light route and then head west to this light route. You'll talk to him, you'll take a picture of a statue, and then he'll have you come back to Lookout Landing, and then you'll go here, you'll talk to him again, and then you'll have to go down into the depths and get auto build if you don't have it, which you'll need later on, by the way, for this exploit we're going to do. So you'll come into this hole in the ground right here, and then you'll head south over to this fast travel here, fight a boss, do a quest, get auto build. Then you're going to come back to Lookout Landing. You'll talk to him again. Then they'll give you a schema. You use it to repair a balloon right here. And then the guy will fly off into the sunset if you talk to him again. And then you'll be able to go find him at his laboratory over here. You'll talk to him there. He'll give you a thing for finding shrines. And then you'll go over to this cave and find a shrine inside of it. Then you'll go back. And then you'll talk to him about a traveler's or something medallion. And then you'll have to go all the way up to here on the map to a lab to grab an item. And then you'll have to go back to that guy again. And then after you go back to that guy right here, then he'll want you to find 15 map locations in order to upgrade it to level 3, which I think is just finding shrines and towns and stables and things, maybe, because I just had it already. And then after that, you have this awesome item that's going to make this 10 billion times faster called the Travel Medallion. Now, if that was too fast for you, just check the description of this video. I have an 8-minute long video that goes through that entire process. But the TLDR of what it does is it lets you put fast travel locations anywhere that you want like this, and then you can fast travel anywhere you want. This is absolutely critical for making this new duplication exploit pretty much as fast as the old one in 1.1.1, or at least very close. It's one of 2 major steps we're changing up in this video that's going to make it like twice as fast as it was before. So now you need a house, and thanks to that Traveler's Medallion, this whole process got way faster than it was in the previous video. So what we're going to do in order to get this is you go to Terrytown, way up here to the northeast in the map. You'll do a quest called Massen's Independence. I think it starts at the shop here. The hardest thing's getting Sunderlines. Go to Ulri Mountain Skyview Tower, land right here, build a flying device, go to the shrine. There's Sunderlines all over the platforms up there. Then you turn in that quest, and you're done with that. Then you'll go to Tarrytown again, over here, Tarrytown, whatever. Go over here, go to this bottom left building, buy a house for 1,500. That'll be right here next to the shrine. Then you'll be able to buy parts for houses and build things like this from that guy over there. Talk to him, stand in another room, get a bow stand to put your bows away. Put it in this corner because you can't put fast travels inside of the perimeter of the house. You can put it right outside like this. So you teleport in, you're right by your bow stand. Now we need a shock emitter, we need a cart, but we also need a stake. So it's a little different this time. So while you were up there getting those Sunderlines, go there and use Zonai charges to get stakes and carts. Mainly just a few stakes and a bunch of carts. And then over here, you can go to this one by going to the Typhlo of Ruin Skyview Tower, and then going over to this one and getting a shock emitter. To do the Typhlo of Ruin Skyview Tower, you just got to get up to the top and get the thing off the top, I think, if it's the one I think. And then you go over and fly over to that place to get the shock emitter. Okay, then the other things that you're going to need real fast, rubber armor. I have a video for it in the description, but you can just go to this cave right here on the map. It's in that cave. You can go over here. There's a cave right here. Go in there, get the other piece. You can also go over here, get another piece. You can also get the Thunder Helm. You can use shock. You can use whatever you want. You just got to take one piece off because you got to be shock immune, and then you got to not be shock immune. Okay, we're done with all that prep. Holy cow, it's a lot of prep. All right, so take your Zonai devices. We need that. We need the cart. We need the shock emitter. That's all we're going to need for the moment right here as far as Zonai devices. Now we're going to tilt this one up at a 90-degree angle at the bottom of the cart. We're going to tilt the cart up like this, rotate it over, then we're going to set it up something like this, and then we're going to hit it. Okay, now we're good to go. So now we're going to take our bow, make sure you have the correct bow with the 5-shot on it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you have full rubber armor on every single piece. Okay, we got all 3 pieces on now. Now we can stand in electricity without getting shocked. Go up here, make sure it says A to display. Okay, we're good. We can display the weapon. So now we're going to remove this, and then we're going to press B and then press A a bunch of times, something like this. So there we go. We just duplicated the bow, and you can do this over and over and over again in order to duplicate your bows. I need to throw away all my old crappy Lionel bows, and I'm going to duplicate Savage ones instead. But do that in order to get a full set of Savage Lionel bows, as many as you can carry depending on how many Korok seeds you've turned in, because every time you have to go back to get these, it's a time loss. So just grab every single bow, fill your inventory completely full of Savage Lionel bows with 5-shot on them, and then we're going to do the next part. For the next part, we're going to need more Zonai parts, but only one time. We just need a balloon, ideally a couple in case you mess up. You can always save load. So one balloon from right there on the ground level, and then one from the first device dispenser you ever ran into, or maybe the second one actually right here, a flame emitter. Then you're done, and you got everything you need in order to do the final parts of this duplication. So now go to one of these construction things on the side of the road. The easiest one to go to is south of Lookout Landing, literally right here. Grab the big ones, and we're going to put 2 end to end. So grab it, grab the other one, flatten it, do this to it, not that, do that to it, put it on the end, combine them like that, and this is where that stake finally comes in. So we're going to go to our Zonai devices, and we're going to grab the stake, and we're going to grab it like this with Ultra Hand, and we're going to put it like this on the bottom, something like this, and now we have this. Now, if you have auto build, it'll be in your auto build history. I recommend favoriting this if you're going to be duping a lot. This thing's going to make everything way better. Okay, so now what we got to do is we got to fall in a hole right here in order to go, or right here. I think this one's better, though. Or you can do all the crazy endgame stuff. But I'm going to show you how to do it without doing the endgame stuff. So you can fall right here and then head over to this light route. And we're going to build a flying machine. And we're going to go into this cave from behind, from the underside, and not have to do the main story quest that requires having 10 hearts. So now, if you're early game, you can still do this. Now, if you're late game, just go to Dragonhead Isle and open the shrine door, and then go through and do the quest and fly it down to this place and open up the front door. You know, you'll know what I mean, I guess, if you're super late game. Or you just do it this way, and if you have the Traveler's Medallion, you only have to do this one single time. So you come in here for this light route. You're going to go up to this thing right here. Now, it won't have this mask on it. This is part of the quest I didn't finish. So we're right here on the map now. Okay, right there, underground, right underneath the thing we need to go to. So this is where we're going to spawn another one of those carts that you were supposed to buy. You're going to buy the balloon, or not buy, but place the balloon and place the flame emitter. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take this cart, make sure it's nice and level here. So put it over, like, say, right here. And then you're going to take this flame emitter, and you're going to stick it facing up towards the sky inside of the balloon. And then you're going to take the balloon, you're going to center it on the cart like this, stand on the cart, and then hit it. Now, if you don't have enough battery for this, you can always just bring a bunch of Zonai charges. Large Zonai charges will temporarily make you have infinite battery if you need them. The small ones will keep you going. This is a one-time thing if you have that Traveler's Medallion. So you just got to eat the battery, and you just got to get up there if you don't have a lot of battery. Once you get up here, you'll see a cave over to the east instead of a straight hole into the sky like you normally would to get into these places. Once the balloon about hits the ceiling, you're just going to jump off, and you're going to glide over to here and then start running up this horizontal area that goes instead of going vertical. Now we're in the duplication spot from my previous video that I showed you, but now we got into it without needing 10 hearts, without doing the quest. Now what you're going to do is look at the bottom right. You see those 3 coordinates? The right one says -0,157. We want to place our fast travel right around -156 or -157, because the border that we need to stand on is -156 or lower. So we want to use this so we can visually just see it without constantly having to look down. It makes life way easier, and we're going to be fast traveling back and forth long term. So once you set this down, so what you'll do is those key items, you'll go to this, and you'll click it, and you'll press place if you have one. If you don't have one, go collect whatever one you use. So like this one up here, I can go over to it, and I can collect my medallion and make it go away. Now I have another one. Okay, so now we can fast travel here whenever we want. We can fast travel to Tarrytown whenever we want, right next to our bow stand to duplicate our bows so we can go back and forth. Now for that weird thing that we built. So what are we going to do with that? All right, auto build. You're going to find that thing that you built with the stake in it, and you're going to bring it up above the ground, and then you're going to make it, and you're going to use Ultra Hand on it. You're going to tilt it like this, so out of 45 in this direction, and you want it to be just below that marker that you made for where the border is of where we need to go. Ideally a little bit below it so you can still see where you're aiming with the bow. And then you're going to place this down, so you're going to get as flush as you can with the ground, hopefully get it just right, and then just press X to get rid of it, and the stake will hold it. Now hopefully the gap on the bottom is not too big. If it is, just try to adjust it a few times. Now you're going to go up here, and you're going to get to -156. You see -156 down there? Now we're going to do the dupe, but you're going to be very careful where you dupe. So the first thing I recommend duping is duping some Zonite. Make sure you have a bunch, because every time you come here, you got to spend 9 now to do it this way, but it's way better. And here's where it all pays off. All this prep work, guys, are you ready? This is what it's all for. So not only do we have a bow that can last longer than the other bows. So we don't have to go and change out our bows even close to as often. The Savage Bow has significantly more durability than the basic Lionel Bow or the Mighty Lionel Bow. So now our bows won't break as easily. And now what we do is we shoot over here to the left, and these things will roll down the hill right to us. Also, if you didn't know, these things, you can have 40 of them up at a time for some reason when doing it here, which is really weird, but whatever. So you shoot like that, you just run up like this, and then run back, or maybe a little bit further to get all of them to fall. There we go. And then they'll come down, and they'll collect right at your feet, and you can just go over here and grab everything that falls down, and then you can grab more Zonite, and then you can shoot it up, and then you just keep doing this. Or diamonds. People love diamonds, so let's dupe some diamonds, I guess. So we're going to dupe diamonds up here. Whoops. Okay, duping more diamonds. And we can actually just kind of go back and forth as we shoot. So we just back up and then just kind of go forward like this as we shoot. But it's probably better just to back up and just shoot them all. And then, so we're going to, I didn't back up far enough. Back up and then shoot them all and then just walk up and get them all to fall. And that's really the way to do this. Just make sure it's far enough to the left or else they'll stay up high. But just do it like this, guys. And then you run up. They'll all fall down, and they'll come right to you. Although that's why you want to aim left. I didn't aim far enough left, unfortunately, so a bunch of them are stuck up there. But you definitely want to go over here, because that'll make them way more likely to slide down to you. So, like, right here, and, like, over here. And then we'll run up. And then all these will actually slide down to us like this. So, aim to the left. They'll all fall down to you, onto your little platform. That'll collect them. You might have some that get stuck up here, which is super annoying, honestly, but it's fine. You might have with it back there, so whatever. You can just keep going. Those ones will disappear eventually. You can just ignore it, I think, and just keep doing it like that. So now we have a better bow. Everything's great. We have a way faster way to collect our diamonds. They'll come down to us. We don't have to go running back and forth. We don't have to worry nearly as much about them getting stuck in weird places or flying past us. They'll all come down. They'll all get stuck on this thing, and you can also try to adjust this thing so it's more flush. Diamonds are really small, so they occasionally slip through. Bigger things will not fall through at all. But you can try different setups. You can build different things. You can add little touch-ups to it to make it a little bit different. But that's the general idea. So once all your bows are broken, you're just going to go back to Tarrytown, right to your house like this. You'll come in right here. You'll place down that cart and shock emitter. You might want to save it on auto build, actually. You'll dupe more bows. Then you'll open your map, and you'll just go back over to your fast travel like this. And then you'll get that board stake thing out of your auto build. You'll put it back down. You'll try to find the right spot for it. And then you'll just start shooting over there to the left, have everything fall down to your face, and grab them all. So with all these adaptations, not having to change the bow out as often, having them all fall towards you and everything like that, I can confidently say that this one is almost as fast as the old one. Now, there were adaptations to the old dupe on 1.1.1. I've ever seen people use fans to fly into a ceiling, and the items would literally drop on you. So you'd literally, like, open the menu, drop them, close the menu, grab them all. Like, open the menu, drop them, close the menu, grab them all without moving at all. And, like, yeah, okay, we literally can't beat that, guys, okay? If you're on 1.1.1, I know you're going to want to comment and say this is not faster than 1.1.1, and my response to that is, duh, don't update. You're one of the lucky ones. For the rest of us on 1.1.2, now we have the most convenient, fastest way to duplicate. I know that was a lot of prep, guys. I'm sorry it's a lot of prep. I can't make you revert to 1.1.1 if you're on 1.1.2. It's as good as it's going to get. But at least with all these adaptations and all this stuff that I crunched through like this for you, if you do the setup work and get it like this, then you can duplicate as fast as hell for any of those fused materials whenever you want. It's just like the most convenient, ideal way to do it. I hope this video helped you out, guys. I spent many hours crunching all the numbers and figuring out all the things and finding the best bow for this and figuring out like what type of structure actually will catch them but still be convenient and not cost like 60 zonite to summon. So I hope you appreciate it, guys. Hope it helped you out. Now you know the optimal best way to use the new duplication glitch in 1.1.2 of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If anything else comes out, I will let you guys know and I'll post a video about it.